Welcome to Infoodious Bastards YouTube channel. Today we are making beef puff pastry. I'm gonna show you how to make a very delicious filling, how to close the pastry and cook it in the oven. We're gonna start with our ginger. Firstly, scrape the ginger with a spoon and slice it into equal stripes. Chop the ginger as finely as you can, as it's gonna make your life easier later. We're gonna mince our garlic. This is all we need. And chop our onion as finely as possible. When the meat is still smoking hot, we're gonna finish with the spring onion. It's not just a typical onion, it adds a little bit of sweetness inside of our food, and I will say a little bit of earthiness, which I love. I love to see the flavors as different layers inside the food, and once you add an ingredient, you're basically adding a different flavor. We have chopped the onion, minced the garlic, the ginger, and the spring onion, and we are gonna cook those ingredients together with our minced beef. We're gonna cook it into medium heat. And once we're finishing, we're gonna add soy sauce. We're not gonna add salt at all. And also some of this magical ingredient. This is sesame oil, is one of my favorite ingredients. But once you're cooking with it, it loses the flavor. But if you just add a final touch inside your food, by the end that is not smoking hot, but let's say still warm, it gives a magical flavor and another beautiful layer into our dish. A little bit of oil in our pan. Add our onion, ginger and garlic. Now our onion is half cooked and we can set it aside. We're gonna add the minced beef. Then when the meat takes color, we're gonna add again the onion and cook them together and add the rest of our ingredients. Now let's proceed with cooking our filling of the beef pastry. The minced beef. We will open the minced beef on the pan, but we don't need to overcook it. We need to see a slightly gray color on the surface of the meat. As you can see, we have a pretty nice color. Over here is not fully cooked. So we are gonna add the rest of the ingredients. This is the color that we need. And then we are gonna add our light soy sauce. We're also gonna add a good splash of honey. That's it. Some spices. I'm using paprika, smoked paprika, and oregano. You don't need to be afraid with the spices. Spices always add flavor. You can balance the flavor with the spices, with the salt. Our beef is ready. So now we're gonna strain the liquid. You can use this liquid to cook anything else. You can make noodles. You can mix it together with vegetables. It's gonna become super tasty. So our next step, I have some beautiful sesame oil over here. Just a few drops and it makes the magic. It adds a super beautiful layer of sesame into our recipe. I love sesame. It goes very well with Cypriot cuisine, Japanese cuisine, which I really love. We use a lot sesame into paste, not as an oil. We make tahini, we use it a lot here in Cyprus. It's a beautiful recipe. We could check it out in the near future. And a lot of green onion, which gives nice freshness into our plate. I usually like to open the dough very carefully and use a ruler. The reason I'm using a ruler is because I like to be precise and cut the dough to exact squares of 7 centimeters each side. If you don't have a ruler at home, you can simply cut your dough with a knife. After finishing cutting our dough, we are going to add a spoon in the middle of each piece of our filling. Then we are gonna carefully fold the dough. The next step is to press down each side with a fork so we close all the humidity inside and our pastry will remain moist. After closing the sides with a fork, if you still see some holes on the surface of your pastry, what you need to do is to beat up an egg and cover those holes before you cook the pastry. The part with the egg, closing the holes, is very important because you're risking drying out your filling and the whole pastry. We are going to cook our pastry at 190-200 degrees Celsius in the air mode of the oven. This is our beef puff pastry and our feta mousse, which I did yesterday, which contains feta, fresh cream, olive oil, red peppers, smoked paprika, and lots of onion. So I'm gonna cut this for both of us to try. Here this is very crispy, very nice. Dip well.
Let's try.
Very satisfying bite.
I like the sauce.
You like feta?
Good job.
And that's it. Thank you for watching. Feel free to ask any questions in the comment section, and if you enjoyed the recipe, please like and subscribe. And see you in the next video.